Hello friends, I would like to welcome you in the video lecture of unit number 1, Introduction to Energy Sources. And today we are going to see the BEAT, Organization of Power Sector in India and Role of Private Sector in Energy Management. In the first part of this video lecture related with the unit number 1, Introduction to Energy Sources, we have covered introduction of energy sources, its classification, then advantages and disadvantages of the energy sources and impact of energy sources on environment. Now we are going to discuss the organization of the power sector in India and the role of private sector in energy management. These two concepts and its introductory part we are going to learn in this video lecture. Let us start. The organization of power sector in India are broadly subdivided into three particular categories, and these categories are based on according to its functions, according to its working principles. So these broad area are the organizations in the generation sector, organizations in a transmission sector and organizations in distribution sector. So we are going to take the information related with the electricity generation organization, electricity transmission organization and electricity or energy distribution organization. So generation of the electricity is an important organization in this category of the energy management. The Ministry of Power is apex body which is responsible for the development of electrical energy in India. As far as generation is concerned, it is mainly divided into three sectors. The first sector is the central sector or the public sector undertakings, which is known by the short form of PSUs also. The second sector is the state level sector and the third sector is private sector companies. Means the generation companies are working on the three different levels. The first level means at the top one apex body is there which is known as the Ministry of Power, and the central cabinet minister of power is solely the responsible person as far as this apex body is going to be concerned. He is going to be the authority of the Ministry of the Power. Under the Ministry of the Power, for the generation of the electricity at the central sector, some of the companies are working for the generation of the energy. Mainly the hydroelectric power plants, thermal power plants as well as nuclear power plants. These all power plants are coming under the central sector or the public sector undertakings, and that's why the companies like National Hydropower Corporation Limited, National Thermal Power Corporation Limited and Nuclear Power Corporation of India, these three generation companies are coming under central sector or the public sectoral undertakings. Definitely central government is going to set up some of the power plants at various state and they are coordinating generation activities over there. For example, NTPC means National Thermal Power Corporation Limited has set up some of the power plants in Maharashtra also. One of the example is the Koradi thermal power plant, then Parali thermal power plant, and in our district the Solapur National Thermal Power Plant is the example of the some of the organizations, some of the units which are run by the central sector or public sector undertaking companies. Then at number 2, at the state level, different kind of the companies are working under the control of the government. For example, Jharkhand State Electricity Board, which is known by the name of JSEB, Mahajanko in Maharashtra, Kerala State Electricity Board, that is KSEB. So these electricity boards are actually doing all the work. For example, generation of the energy, transmission of the energy in the state, and distribution of the energy in the required area in under the state authority. But in Maharashtra, previously such kind of the company was known by the short form of MSEB, Maharashtra State Electricity Board. But now that particular company has been subdivided in the 3 units, Mahajanko, Mahavidyut and Mahaparishan. So these 3 units are taking care separately about the generation, transmission and the distribution in the Maharashtra state, especially in the rural area. And the third sector is the private sector, in which the people are raising their funds through the loans, through the credits, through the share market, and they are opening their private sector company to provide the electricity. The sources may be conventional or non-conventional, but still private sector companies are producing the electricity and they are providing in some of the areas. For example, in the Delhi, the electricity will be provided by the private companies. In the some region of the Mumbai, the electricity requirement will be satisfied by the private sector companies. So in the generation of the electricity, means in a first category, in the generation of the energy in our India, actually under the Ministry of Power, at three different level, 3 different organizations are working to fulfill the need of the energy. Then we will just take a look of total installed capacity in India. As far as the central sector is going to be concerned, the central sector is producing 93,097 megawatt energy. State sector is producing 1,03,292 megawatt energy, and power sector, private sector is producing 1,73,039 megawatt electricity. In this way, the 3,67,281 megawatt electricity, it has been produced in our India, and this particular information is a recent one, means as on 29th February 2020. So here we can say see that in a private sector, the amount of total production of the energy is 46.8%, while in state sector it is 28%, and in central sector it is almost 25.2%. So if you will take the look of the next graph, which is giving us the information regarding generation and generation growth of the electricity. Here we can observe the generation of electricity in billion units, and we can observe that from the year of 2009-10 to the year of 2019 and 20, and here we can see that almost the almost 500 billion units electricity we have produced more in last 10 years, and every year the graph, every year that poles has been increased. It means day by day energy consumption is more, and India is doing well in the sector of the electricity production. India is producing more amount of energy, and it has been also consumed by the consumers. But if we will take a look towards the generation growth, then we can see that here in the year of 11-12 and 15-16 only, the generation growth is above 8%. Otherwise, we can see that after 2015-16 the generation growth is reducing, and now this year it has been reached to the only 3.37 percentage. So generation growth is day by day decreasing, but there is an increment in the production and the consumption of the energy. From that, it is very much clear that we will have to improve towards the generation growth to fulfill the requirement of the need of electricity in India. Then next phase or next organizations are from the transmission sector. First of all, let us understand what is transmission. Transmission is an important element in the power delivery value chain, facilitates evacuation of power from generating station and its delivery to the load centers. So the transmission particular infrastructure is working as a mediator in between the power plants as well as the load center. Transmission is taking the electricity which is generated at the power plant, and that energy it is carrying through the transmission line towards the load center. It is required for efficient dispersal of power. An extensive network of transmission line has been developed over the years. The nominal extra voltage lines in a vogue are plus minus 100 kV high voltage direct current supply and 765 kilowatt line, 400 kilowatt line, 230 by 220 kilowatt line, 110 kilowatt line and 66 kilowatt AC lines. These different voltages and the lines will be transferred as per the demand of the load center. The transmission lines are operated in accordance with regulations, standard of Central Electricity Authority, which is known by CEA, Central Electricity Regulatory Commission, which is known by the short form of CERC, and State Electricity Regulatory Commission, which is known as SERC. Such regulation committees are keeping in view about the voltage stability, angular stability, loop flows, load flow pattern and grid security. So here during the transmission process, such kind of the organizations like CEA, CERC and SERC are taking care about the proper functioning of the transmission line. The next organizations are related with the distribution activity, and distribution is most important link in the entire power sector value chain, as the only interface between utilities and consumers. It is the cash register for entire sector, because through distribution line only we can provide the electricity to the consumer, and collection of the tariff through the consumer is also the function, is also the work of the distribution company only. So the money which is required for the generation of the power, transmission of the power, as well as distribution of the power, including the depreciation value, will be collected in the form of the tariff by the distribution companies. Under the Indian Constitution, power is a concurrent subject and the responsibility of distribution and supply of power to rural and urban consumers rest with the states. So distribution is mainly responsibility of the state government and organizations which are connected to the state government. Government of India provides assistance to the state through various central sector or centrally sponsored schemes for improving the distribution sector. So here, as states are doing that work, the responsibility of distribution is with the state, but still Government of India also providing the assistance to the state in the whole process of the generation, transmission as well as distribution sector. They are just providing some of the sponsored schemes through which it will be possible for the distribution company to cover the tariff sector or the difference in the tariff if any. With the generation, transmission and distribution companies, some of the research and development is also going on in the field of the energy. That organizations are also working for the better energy supply to the consumer. So one of the institute which is named as the Central Power Research Institute is working in the sector of the research and development in the energy field. Central Power Research Institute CPRI was established by the Government of India in 1960. It is the premier institute undertaking for applied research in electrical engineering, besides functioning as an independent national testing and certification authority for electrical equipment. It became an autonomous society in the year of 1978 under the aegis of Ministry of Power, Government of India. The institute has offered its service for more than 5 decades to the power sector. The institute is 50 years old and is celebrating its 5 decades of dedicated service to the power sector and ranks on par with international test houses. So this Central Power Research Institute, which is known by the Kendriya Vidyut Anusandhan Sansthan, is developing many equipments, many good research for providing energy with great efficiency and effectivity at the every corner of our India. Another institution is working in the field of the training as far as energy generation, transmission and distribution is going to be concerned, because to provide the better service, the proper training is required to every individual who is working in this power sector. National Power Training Institute, which is known as NTPI, as an ISO 9001 and ISO 14001 organization under the Ministry of Power, Government of India. It is the national apex body for training and human resources development in power sector with its corporate office at Faridabad. NPTI had been providing its dedicated service for more than 4 decades. NPTI, with its manpower strength of 382, out of which 131 Group A and B officers and 251 other employees, operates on an all India basis through its 9 institutes in a different zones on the country as per details. In the detail, only 5 things are mentioned, that at 5 divisional zone, National Power Training Institute are running their activities. The zones are North Zone, South Zone, East Zone, West Zone and Central Zone. So these are organizations which are working in the power sector in India. First one is the transmission one, second distribution, third generation, and the fourth and fifth organizations are in the research and development as well as in training sector. Now we will see the role of the private sector in energy management. We know that, and we have seen that the private sector is producing almost 48% of the required energy for India. So that we need to boost the private sector to produce the energy and to distribute it to the consumer as per their need. Because if that sole responsibility will be on the shoulder of the central government and state government, then lot of fund we will have to raise for that particular process. So to minimize, to reduce the responsibility on the government, we will have to boost the private sector for the proper energy management, and Government of India is working in that direction. Government of India had realized the importance of private sector and participation to develop infrastructure and meet the power requirement for present shortfalls and future needs up to 2030 AD. In this regard, according to the Electricity Act 2003 was a turning point and mode of reforms with regard to the following aspects. The first aspect is government has removed the need for the license for the power generation projects. Government encouraged a competition through international competitive bidding, so that on international level some of the foreign companies can also come in India and they can invest and provide the energies to all Indians. The government identified transmission of power lines as a separate activity and invited a wider public and private sector. Means government is providing the transmission power lines to the private companies for the transportation of the electricity or the energy produced, and in this way they are assisting to the private companies to come forward and produce the more and more energy for the consumption. Private sector who will develop power capacity more than 1000 megawatt were given the benefit of the tax holiday for 10 years out of 15 years of the operation. Means the private sector companies which are producing electricity more than 1000 megawatt, for them there is a relaxation in the tax, and that tax relaxation is almost for the 10 years out of 15 years of the operation. Means only for the 5-year span they need to provide the tax to the government, otherwise for remaining 10 years they need not to provide any kind of the tax to the government as a return of their income through the energy generation and its transmission. Government has allowed 100% FDI to the companies in the private sector who are producing the energy. The selling of bulk power to the grid or other personnel is also done through the monitoring of the government. Up to 10th August 2011, 13,761 megawatt was added by the private sector as compared to the planned capacity of 17,588 megawatt in a 12th plan. It has achieved about 70% of target. Definitely, after 13th plan, that particular achievement of the target is going to be increased, because in the last few years government has boosted to the companies who are working in a private sector for the energy production. Now we can see there are large number of companies are engaged in the power sector. For example, Reliance Energy, Tata Power, Adani Power, Lanco, GVK Power, RPG Group, International China Light and Power, that is known as a CLP, Jindal Power and Toronto Power, etc. It means government is boosting, government is motivating the companies who are working in the private sector for the energy production to come forward and to produce more and more energy for the consumer in India. So friends, in this way, through this video lecture, we have covered the two important bits of unit number 1, introduction of the energy sources, and that two bits are organization in the power sector in India and role of private sector in the energy management. This particular part we have already seen, we have already discussed in detail in the class, and its proper notes are also been provided. But this particular video for your kind reference and further study. Please feel free to ask any doubts regarding with this. Thank you very much. All the best. Have a nice day ahead.